guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll talk about time management. So a lot of athletes I have heard saying, I don't have time. I have to do so many things. Ma'am, time hi nahi hai. So I have worked with so many athletes who had all the talent and skills in the world but struggled with burnout because their schedules were chaotic. They were always rushing, skipping meals, and even sacrificing sleep. They were always short of time. So I understand between training, school or work, social life, and even squeezing in some Netflix time, managing your day can feel impossible. But the truth is, as an athlete, how you manage your time directly impacts your performance. And trust me guys, this is game changer. And time management isn't just about getting more done, but it's about getting the right things done. It's the secret weapon that separates good athlete from the great ones. So today I'm breaking down practical, science-backed time management tips for athletes. And guys, these are not any generic productivity hacks, but they are tailored to help you train stronger, recover better, and excel in every aspect of life. So without further ado, let's dive in. Let's start with the why. Why time management is so crucial for athletes. It's simple. Your performance depends on more than just physical training. It's about balancing training, nutrition, recovery, academics, or work, and all of these require time. Studies show that athletes who effectively manage their time experience lower stress levels, higher performance, and overall better well-being. Think about this. Athletes like PV Sindhu, Neeraj Chopra, Cristiano Ronaldo, and many other such top athletes doesn't have more hours in their day than we do. They just manage them better. So how can you make the most of your time? Let me share a few proven tips to help you manage your time effectively and elevate your performance. So tip number 1, set clear priorities. Time management begins with understanding your priorities. So for athletes, top priorities are typically training, recovery, and nutrition. But here's where many go wrong. They treat all tasks equally, and science calls this as 80-20 rule, which means 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Focus on high impact activities first. And for athletes, this simply means planning your day around your training sessions, meals, and sleep. So guys, identify your priorities and build a schedule that supports your performance goals without unnecessary distractions. Now moving on to tip number 2, and that is plan ahead with time blocking. Time blocking means assigning specific tasks to specific hours of your day. Time blocking is scientifically proven to reduce stress and increase productivity. Research from psychology experts suggests that having a structured schedule reduces mental fatigue and improves focus. So guys, how can you time block as an athlete? So here's what you can do. First, schedule your training sessions because that's the backbone of your day. Then allocate time for meals, recovery, and sleep. Don't allow them to slide away. Then fit in academics, work, or other responsibilities around these priorities. And lastly, reserve some buffer time for unexpected events. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a morning training session from 6 to 8. Block some time for recovery and breakfast afterwards. Let's say 8 to 9. And then allocate study or work hours. Guys, here consistency is the key. When your schedule is predictable, you are less likely to procrastinate. Now tip number 3 is plan your meals ahead of time. Skipping meals or grabbing some junk food just because you're too busy is like putting cheap fuel in a sports car. It's a recipe for burnout. Studies show that proper nutrition timing, especially around workout, improves endurance, strength, and recovery. So meal prepping can save you hours every week and can ensure you're fueling your body correctly. So athletes on weekends allocate a couple of hours to batch cook your meals, pack your snacks, and plan what you'll eat post your training. Planning meals doesn't have to be complicated. Start by preparing your snacks and meals for the next day the night before. It's a small habit, but this can make a huge difference in your overall performance. Tip number 4, prioritize recovery and sleep. So athletes, you already know, lack of sleep reduces endurance, reaction time, and decision-making ability. Your recovery, especially sleep, is the foundation of your performance. And research shows that athletes who get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep perform better, recover faster, and are less likely to get injured. That means no late night scrolling or Netflix binges. And athletes, I have a tip for you. Treat sleep like an appointment. Schedule it in your time blocking calendar and stick to it. Tip number 5, and that's an important one. Learn to say no. So as an athlete, your time is precious. And here's the hard truth. If you say yes to everything, then you are saying no to something important. And studies in sports psychology suggest that athletes who set boundaries and focus on their goals are more likely to succeed. So if a social event conflicts or coincides with your recovery routine, then it's okay to decline that social event. Yes, you heard me right. So protecting your priorities today will pay off in your performance tomorrow. Now the next tip is avoid multitasking. So multitasking might look like a time saver, but science says otherwise. Studies show that switching between tasks reduces productivity by up to 40% and increases mental fatigue. And for athletes, this is especially damaging because your brain and body thrive on focus and routine. So athletes, when you're training, train. When you're studying, study. Set clear boundaries so that you can give your best to each task without distractions. So athletes, focus on one thing at a time. Now moving on to next tip to better manage your time is using technology for smarter planning. There are apps like Google Calendar, Notion, or even basic reminders that can help you stay organized. Use fitness apps to track your workouts and progress. It's like having a coach in your pocket. But here's a word of caution. These technologies should not distract you. Turn off all the unnecessary notifications and be present in the moment. And here's my last tip for better time management, and that is review and tweak your schedule weekly. Every week, take 10 to 15 minutes to review your schedule, what worked, what didn't, and adjust your week ahead. This simple habit keeps you flexible and ensures you are always improving. I still do this every Sunday. It's one of the easiest ways to stay on track and avoid unnecessary stress. Time management isn't about doing more tasks in a day, but it's about making every minute count. By setting priorities, planning ahead, and protecting your recovery, you can maximize your performance both on and off the field. And at this point, I highly recommend you to watch this video because by working on this aspect, you will be able to manage your time better. And if you found this video helpful, then hit that like button, share it with your fellow athletes, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips to fuel up your athletic journey. And if you want to level up your nutrition for better performance, then don't forget to check out the link in the description box for personalized plans. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you in the next one.